human.
Looking for a real connection this holiday? It's Just Lunch and KFAN are giving one lucky listener the chance to win a complimentary 3-month It's Just Lunch membership, the personalized matchmaking service that sets you up on fun, meaningful dates with people you'll actually want to meet. Head over to KFAN.com, keyword contest to enter today.
Common Man Progrum. Common tend to be in the legendary one will not be here. Be back on Tuesday. I saw Grimmer. He's in house. Caleb Truax. Nordo's here as well, I think, for...
He probably went and just hit a bucket of balls.
He could have. That's probably what he did. Real quick, one text messenger says, I think we worry too much about what players say after a game. I don't worry about it, but it's what... I think that's for me, that's the most interesting part, to see where they've been, where they're going, where their head's at, what makes them tick. So for me, it's it sort of lets me know where the team is at psychologically and mentally. So to me, it's the most important part after the game is completed. I don't want to know what happened. Why did it happen? And when a player says, we're just bored, well, to me, that's... if not alarming, it's annoying, to say the least. But it's time now for 534 here on the Fan.
Time now for 5 questions. Well, actually 3, but 5 sounds like more than 4. Question number 1.
The year of the cat.
Yeah, it went well for Detroit last night.
Off to Gibbs, working the right side, blocker in front to the 10, Gibbs skipping to the 5 and into the end zone for a touchdown. Tristan Colon was the convoy to lead Gibbs to the promised land and perhaps to lead the Lions to their 8th win of the season.
Yeah, Jahmyr Gibbs tallied 3 tutties. He had 77 receiving yards as the Lions crushed the Cowboys 44-30 last night in Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown battled through an ankle injury to gain 92 yards on 6 catches as the Lions improved to 8-5. Common, will your Kitties make the playoffs?
I don't know. Probably not. The Branch injury. I know all teams suffer injuries, right? And many teams suffer serious injuries, and their teams still rise to the occasion and win games and make the playoffs and go to the promised land. But losing Branch is big. Achilles, he's out. I don't. They've got to play the Rams at Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's a tough one next week.
That's a really tough one. Then they have
Pittsburgh at home.
And again, Pittsburgh's an okay club.
But they should beat Pittsburgh at home.
You would hope.
They should win at Minnesota.
Well, they should have won at Detroit against Minnesota.
Well,
and you saw what happened. And then
I think we might even be more disinterested by then.
Right. I mean, I know what you're saying, but
I'm just saying they should. There's no guarantees,
yeah.
But that's Steelers Vikings should be 2 wins. So then it comes down to at Rams, at Bears are the 2 other games.
Yeah, and they'll probably
obviously the at Bears you got to win.
And
because you're probably fighting for them for a playoff spot.
You probably you can only afford to lose 1 at the most, and even then, I think you could be in trouble.
Yeah.
So, to answer your question, no, I don't think the roar's been restored. I don't think they're going to win. I think their window's closed. But hey, I sure hope it. I didn't think they were. I didn't think they were going to win last night. Should have Deuce. I was giving Deuce a hard time for his positivity. I go, you have no idea. Don't you understand? We're not going to win this game tonight, and then we did. So.
If we hadn't done the bit and spread swing of you getting the Lions, I would have picked the Lions.
Really?
And spread swing, yes. And Dallas's defense is awful. And Detroit plays better at home. Their offense always looks way better at home. I knew they were going to put up 30-plus points last night. They put up 40-plus points.
All right.
It's a slam dunk.
I don't trust them.
Question number 2. It's time now for What's Your
If you'd rather me do the cocky thing about
a 10 hut.
Your mama can't stop him, your daddy can't stop him, the police can't stop him. The only question to be answered is will they be wearing road whites or Honolulu blue at the big game? I can play that game if you want. But I'm trying to cut open a vein and be honest. Just like the Timberwolves, just like the Wild, just like all the players.
You're not just placating your listeners like you've been accused of before.
Exactly. That's
playing to your audience. Common, rank these Sunday football games in order of which you would most want to watch. Bengals at Bills, Texans at Chiefs, Steelers at Ravens, Colts at Jaguars, or Bears at Packers.
Bears, Packers.
That's number one for you?
Yeah, I mean, NFC North, December football, playoff football December. You can't leave plays in the field. Curly, frozen tundra. Oldest rivalry in pro football. An interesting Bears team that, first-year head coach, Ben Johnson. They were, when you have a first-year head coach, that means the year before you weren't very good.
Typically.
And so, unless the coach had retired and rode off into the sunset. So, and, for me, what were the other games? Because there was one other one I think I liked.
Bengals at Bills.
Nah.
Which means a little bit more now that Joe Burrow's back.
But does nothing for me.
Texans at Chiefs. Steelers at Ravens.
Texans, Chiefs. Because Houston has won 4 of their last 5, or 4 in a row, 5 of their last 6. And their defense is rock solid. And I love defense.
And KC can't lose to them.
Yeah, it's exactly right.
They're going to be out of a playoff spot if they lose to them.
So that would be my second on that list of games.
Then you got Steelers at Ravens, Colts at Jaguars.
I don't know if I can stomach watching Danny Dimes get just lit up because I just don't know how he's going to. Playing with a fractured fibula, he just has no mobility. But that's an interesting game. They're both 8-4, and they're tied for the division lead. So, but that would be third on that list. Number one, of course, Vikings. Horn has been reborn. But yeah, someone just said, "Common, are you from Detroit or Coon Rapids?" I still don't know. Oh, I've made it perfectly clear over there. I was born in Detroit, moved away at an early age, and grew up in Coon Rapids. Well, then I moved to Forest Lake for a while too. So I got a lot of different. Look, put it this way: I'm a loner and a drifter. Is what I am. That's what I've been doing my whole life.
Question number 3, and now it's time to go in the trenches.
Find out today that Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray will not return for the rest of the season due to that lingering foot injury. A question for you, Common. Will Kyler Murray be the Cardinals starting quarterback next season? And if not, should the Purple be interested?
I think you were really high on him for a long time. I don't know if you still are.
It's kind of hard to be too high on him still.
I really wasn't high or low. I didn't know enough about him. I've got to see a guy play a little bit, and he hasn't done much to impress me. I don't know what else they would do. I don't know what his contract situation is, and there'd be interest from other clubs. If I'm the Vikings, no. Quarterback whisper, maybe he can do it. He seems to say that's what everybody thinks. If you bring somebody in to see O'Connell, he can turn them into a Pro Bowl caliber quarterback. So I guess you could try it, but do
we still think that way?
Well, I never did myself, but I don't think I would want him. No, I think how many years has he been in the league now? Now, again, Darnold have been in a long time. There's a lot of guys that have been in the league a long time.
He's been around longer than Darnold, hasn't he?
But what I mean is there have been guys that have been around a long time that suddenly flourish, right? Including Darnold. He had bounced around from several teams, and he turned into a really good quarterback. So
I'm just Googling right now. This is year number 7 for him. Yeah, he was drafted in 2019. Disappointing. He's always had a lot of talent. He's got arm talent. He's mobile. He can, for a team that's kind of lacks some blocking at times here, it would be nice to have a guy who can extend the play occasionally, which Kyler can do.
I think he's really good at that Grand Theft Auto 10, that video game.
Well, he's very good at that.
Yeah, I think he's good at the video.
That might be the problem is our current quarterback overthinks. Kyler might underthink.
Yeah.
So you don't want him.
No, absolutely not. No.
Question number 3.
All Vikings, let's win this game. You'll hear us yell for more.
It's now time to take an in-depth look at the state of the skull.
Pretty simple question here, Common. On Sunday, are we more likely to see J.J. McCarthy or 9 playing quarterback for the Purple?
I hope 9. I like the alter ego thing. I think it's a cool bit, and if I don't know what I mean. I guess I'm expecting pretty much the same we've seen. I hope not. I hope that it really was. They were overcoaching him with the mechanics, and it was in his head. We 2 or 3, 6, 7 times you and I have made the comparisons to golfing. You can't be thinking about every swing thought where it's like, okay, posture right, make my posture right, make a big turn, set my wrist at the top, hesitate a little bit. When I come in to make impact, don't be in front of the ball. You can't think of all the things that I need to think about. I try not to think about them on the course. You do it when you practice or before you. And so I don't know. Has that been his problem? He thinks maybe it has. We read the quotes in the first hour about where he said, "I'm an overthinker." Well, maybe he'll stop overthinking it. The coach has said we're scrapping the mechanic stuff until the offseason. Just go out and throw the ball and make plays. Hopefully that will free him up. Hopefully that will allow him to just play football, see open receivers, have the timing right, and maybe without all the thinking about eyes and feet and head, shoulders, knees and toes, he'll throw accurate passes, and he'll start to at least resemble a competent quarterback in the NFL.
And that's it for today's edition of 5 Questions. Well, actually 3 questions, but 5 sounds like more than 4.
A couple of other tidbits to toss at you. Tend to be on the other side of the break, you and the audience. And then so program password, Caleb Truax, the former International Boxing Federation Super Middleweight Champ of the World, the voice of the Gophers, Grimmer, and Nordo from The Project. All that coming up here on the Common Man program on The Fan.
Want to chime in on what's happening with your favorite KFAN program? Make your voice heard on the Brad, Shaw, and Brian text line. Let us know what you have to say by texting your message to 64686. That's 64686. Standard message and data rates apply.
Couple 13-14 pass, Common Man program. I'm Common, he's 10 to B. Program password right around the corner. Grim, Nordo, and Truax will join us. We'll be out today and next Friday as well. Text messages accepted at the Bradshaw and Bryant KFAN text line, including this one that says, Common, you say you're paid handsomely, yet the effort you put forth is more like London broil than filet mignon. Imagine how many more people would tune into your show if you just put in the effort. Love the Grumpy Boy. It just sounds like I don't put in any effort. Because I'm sort of a natural. It comes easy to me. Like when you watched Gale Sayers run a football, did it look like he was working really hard at it? It didn't. He was just so fluid, so smooth.
Even here in Minnesota. Like if you'd watch Randy Moss.
Yes.
If you watch him just running a go route, fly pattern, and you see the defensive back running next to him, it looks like Randy's not running as hard as he can just because he has long.
Correct.
He's efficient.
And that's
with his strides.
I'm very efficient with my verbiage. I'm very efficient with what I have to say, and so that's it in a nutshell. It just seems like I'm not putting forth a very much effort, but I am. Though I must not be putting as much effort into it as the Power Trip Morning Show. You saw it, didn't you, on the 64?
Yeah,
they're in the championship.
We're happy for them.
Yeah, we're thrilled for them. They are taking on fantasy football today. Not fantasy football yesterday. Not fantasy football tomorrow. Not even fantasy football last week, but fantasy football today. This is ballot box stuffing at its finest, right? And why do all the good things happen to the Power Trip Morning Show? You ever notice that tend to be?
Yeah. Oh, it's good to be them.
The wine, the women, the song, the accolades, birthday parties every year for another successful year, trips to Las Vegas. They'll win. Somebody even said Power Trips in the final 64, will your listeners be supporting them? I hope not. No. I'm sorry. I hope so. Well, here's the thing. I think what people don't understand, we share a lot of listeners, right?
Sure.
I mean, did you see this? You know, we were talking about with Oak where they have like Spotify does they tally everything that you've listened to or whatever the case may be. Somebody sent me, and I had to take a picture of it because I didn't know if it would print, because sometimes when people do screenshots, they don't print on your printer, right? I took a picture of this, Tenneby. Listen to this. Here's what they sent to him. It's got our logo, and then it says KFAN FM 100.3. This is a message to the listener. You listened for 62,910 minutes.
You've got to be kidding me.
In 2025. Congratulations. You're in the top 10% of KFAN FM 100.3 listeners. Almost 63,000 minutes listening. Coroner's office started doing some calculating for me. And I think that is the equivalent, if you're listening.
Do you want to go into KOC, by the way? He's talking right now.
God, yeah, let's go ahead. Sure.
Complimentary game with the other two phases as well to win this one.
What stood out most watching coming out from LSU?
I just think I had done quite a bit, quite a bit of work on him the previous year. And then, which there was a lot to like on that tape. And then you take a step forward with what he did in his final year at LSU. The growth from one year to the other was phenomenal, and that's saying something because he was a really good player the previous year. I had the ability just through some connections at the even when he was at Arizona State, I knew about him, kind of always known about him, and then just watching his growth throughout his college journey, I was not shocked at all with either where he was selected and ultimately the type of rookie year he had. I think he's above the neck, smart, cerebral, totally in complete poise. It seems like every snap, regardless of whether it's a playoff game last year or his first start going back to the beginning of last year. And so I'm expecting, even though he's been recovering here for a few weeks, I'm expecting that same guy on Sunday at US Bank Stadium, which means they're going to be at full capacity, and we got to be ready to play well, not only on defense but in all three phases.
Kevin, we talked a lot about Dallas Turner through the last year and a half, and just what have you seen recently for him to seemingly produce at a more consistent level over the last few weeks?
I think he's just learning. After a lot more reps this year, obviously with, Gink being down for a stretch and now JG working himself back in here over the last few weeks, I think he's just learned and stacked all that experience, just kept working. And now you're seeing a little bit more comfort level mentally so that his physical skill set can impact the game. Because when he's rolling off the ball, physical on the edges, and his athleticism, speed, burst, agility, power, to go rush the passer, he's getting some ops, and he's been finishing on those ops, and the play style's there, the strain, the finish, as it continues to just ascend for him, which, as we talked about all offseason, was my expectation coming into this year. Year two ascension for him, especially in our defense, with Flo and the group there. And I think he's learned a lot from guys like Jonathan Grenard and Andrew Van Ginkel, totally different players. but, he's had to really play both of those spots throughout the year, which I know it's listed as outside linebacker on our depth charts, but, those two guys play totally different positions. The instinctual asks of Van Ginkel and the playmaking and the versatility and the explosion of Jonathan Grenard getting off the ball. He's had to do both those things, and I think it's been really good to see him kind of continue to ascend. Glad you asked about him.
For a young pass rusher, just learning how to beat a tackle when you have to have probably a secondary move sometimes. What is that process like of just developing at this level?
I think that's why, pass rushers, young ones, when their skill set might not just be flat out power, it takes some guys a little bit of time because the tackles you're facing every Sunday in the NFL, they've got a tough job. They play against some of the most dynamic athletes on the planet as pass rushers, so they have seen it all. They've seen they've studied your go-to move, so you have to have a counter, you have to have a change-up or two to then apply and try to get that guy off balance. And then once you're able to get that guy off balance, and you're not getting, edge help, or the back's not working that way, or the slide's not coming to you, you really have to have that activity and that athleticism to go finish the play. And we've played some dynamic quarterbacks this year. We'll certainly play one this Sunday where we've got to get that pass rush, but we also got to understand the dynamic nature of being able to change the game from the quarterback position if we let them cleanly up and out of the pocket. Want to try to make those guys go backwards, want to try to make them run outside the back of the pocket and then plaster in coverage, and then it's about that strain and finish that we've been seeing out of Dallas.
We've seen a lot of Ty Felton on special teams. How has he developed as a receiver?
Yeah, he's because of the health at the receiver position, we really haven't been able to see him a whole heck of a lot. Got in a little bit against Cincinnati late. Got in a little bit against the Chargers late, but he's getting the development that's taken place with Keenan. We've kind of seen it over 4 years with Jalen Naylor, and obviously Ty's in the early stages where he's impacting the game tremendously in the kicking game, but he's putting the work in every single day. We have a ton of confidence in him, and that was one of that definitely went into the equation of kind of the recent roster moves and things like that, because we've got some young players that we really like, and those guys have been doing the work, stepping in here and there. I think Ty takes reps most days in some capacity at all three spots. So that's the growth that's going on there. We're hoping is something that we can really look forward to, kind of the fruits of that here over the next few months and years.
Continuing with the younger players, I know you guys were high on Jalen Redmond, but has he exceeded what you guys thought he could do this season?
Yeah, he has. Just from the nature of the playmaking. It's one thing to just he was flashing a lot last year. Maybe he didn't get the type of attention that he has this year, even from our opponents. You're seeing people being well aware of where 61 is, but it's been not only the ability to get off blocks, to defeat blocks at the point of attack. He still plays physical. He can eat double teams and still make plays in our movement game up front. The burst and athleticism, and then he's making the play, whether it's a TFL or some of the sacks he's had this year. He's been phenomenal, and you got to be honest about it. He's exceeded the expectations, but not something that we necessarily, we looked at him coming into this year as a playmaking guy that if he took that next step could have the kind of year that maybe he had. But, he's been a huge bright spot in a season where maybe we haven't had the normal inventory of bright spots.
Time for two more questions, guys.
With the challenge that Chris Cooper has faced with all the different offensive line combinations, I guess how would you describe the way that he has had to navigate a lot of changes up there?
Yeah, and they've been different, right? It's been in-game a couple times with as many as three guys taking, snapping the football at center, which is obviously a unique challenge. It's been throughout the practice week of maybe getting guys work and thinking we'll have them, and we don't. What does the game plan look like at that point? It's been kind of the young guy development from Donovan Jackson having not getting the consistent reps post-surgery, but then coming back and playing and having a great mental awareness of doing his job and kind of building things back up. And if Donovan's able to go Sunday, the same thing will kind of apply. He had a good week of work, but it's just the different layers to it this year where it hasn't necessarily been one particular aspect of it, like last year where week 5, bam, you knew the left tackle spot would be different for the duration of the season. Acquired a new player and had to coach him up, and we won 8 or 9 games in a row. It's been different, obviously, not just from the results standpoint, but just the different layers to it, where you're looking at essentially in any one particular week, 3/5 of our offensive line has been either in question or in game, having to deal with that dynamic. I know I can only imagine what he's felt as the position coach, because as the play caller, I have felt that tremendously in games as well, and we're trying to grow through it and get better at handling those adverse situations. But it is unique, it feels like, to this year.
And there you go. That's the head coach of the soon-to-be big game world champion Minnesota Vikings. We'll duck out. We'll come back. Program Password is next. All right, share the fan.
Hey, Rubes, this football season, Bell Bank is giving one KFAN listener each week $1,000 to pay it forward to a charity of their choice. Just head over to KFAN.com, keyword contest, learn more, and enter today. That's KFAN.com, keyword contest.
It's a couple 13-14 past. I'm Common. He's 10 to be excited and delighted to be joined in studio. Someone who's very familiar with the confines of the studio, Eric Nordquist.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I'm happy to team up with you again.
Yeah, it's you and I. Yeah,
I think we won the last time we were paired up.
Yeah, we've got some chemistry.
We can when it works early, and we're both motivated and interested.
Yeah, and I am today.
There we go.
Well, because we're taking on Grimmer.
Hello,
voice of the Gophers. And the former International Boxing Federation super middleweight champion of the world, Caleb Golden Truax. Good to see you.
Good to be back, my boy.
Yeah. December 17th, 2017, was it, or 2018?
December 9th. December 9th coming up, 2017.
I thought it was December 17th.
No, December 9th.
December
a couple
9th.
more days.
So it's really close.
Do you celebrate it like every day? Is it like a birthday for you?
Yeah, every day. And not every year, every day.
That's when you...
that's Tuesday coming up.
Was it at Wembley?
No, the Copper Box
That's
Arena.
right,
Copper Box
the
Arena.
Copper Box Arena. And you climbed inside the confines of the 4 ring posts as a 40-1 underdog.
Yeah, I should have put some money on myself.
40-1 underdog, and you all
wouldn't have to be here with you jokers if I put some money on it.
How often have you gone back and just rewatched the fight? It's like daily?
Not daily, but I've seen it a bunch. You know, once in a while I'll just see it pop up on my algorithm and watch it, and I'll watch it again, obviously, during the anniversary on the 9th, but yeah, it doesn't get old, that's for sure.
Yeah, worked a long time to get to that point, and you were an afterthought to everybody else. I mean, that's why you're 41 underdog. And Gale's thinking, this will be a breeze, and he was in for a rude awakening. You won the title. I'll never forget your reaction. It's the coolest thing ever. You collapsed down on the ram. And how many years had you been put into that from the time you first started fighting as an amateur?
Yeah, 2017. I first started in 2004 as an amateur. 2004, 5, 6 as an amateur. 2007 as a pro.
And that's a journey.
Yeah, I was a pro for almost 16, almost 17 years.
Well, there were highs and lows. And there were probably times, I don't know, I've never even asked you, were there ever times where you said, maybe I just ought to...
Yeah, when I lost to Anthony Durrell, it was right after my daughter was born, and my fiance almost passed away in childbirth, had a stroke, and got out of it, thankfully. But the fight was shortly after that, and I wasn't in any mental state to go fight, and
got stopped in the first round.
The only time I've ever got knocked down in my career, and got stopped in the first round, and that's why I got the Gale fight, because they thought I was done, and they were wrong.
Well, I remember watching the Durrell fight. We settled in we're up in Brainerd. For golf, all settled in. Go this weekend. I was like, okay, what do we do now? We got some time to kill.
That's what I said after the fight too. Let me go to the casino. I got some time to kill.
Well, I know we've talked about this on the air before, but I like hearing it again from you. There was also the fight against Danny Jacobs where the referee stopped in the 12th round.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And you tell the story about how obviously you wanted to continue when you were annoyed, and you argued with the referee a little bit to no avail. Once he stops the fight, he can't go. On second thought, go ahead. Once they stop it, it's over. But then you said he came to your dressing room.
Yeah. I was down in the fight, and I wasn't going to win unless it was by knockout. And there was 30 seconds left, and I wasn't hurt, and I didn't get knocked down, but Jacobs hit me with a punch, and I kind of stumbled against the ropes, and the referee jumped in and stopped it. And obviously, being a fighter, I want to keep on going and don't want to have a knockout loss on my resume. And so I was protesting and mad and probably throwing some curse words at the ref. But I went back to the locker room, cooled down, and he came back and saw me and knew that I was upset. And he said, "Hey, man, like, it's not worth you taking any more punishment. I want to see you fight again." And I'm like, it's good enough for me, man. Thank you.
Yeah, because that's what
looking out for me.
Yeah, that's one thing a lot of people don't realize. A referee, his number one priority is to the safety of the fighters.
Yeah, because we're never going to quit.
No, you're not going to quit. So he can't just stand back and go, well, he seems like he wants to keep going to me. He has to make the decision. Sometimes guys stop him too soon. Most of the time, it seems like they stop him on time. But you'll always have the controversial ones. We've seen them where guys get stopped and all of a sudden they probably never should have been stopped. Or then you see times where they go too far. And sometimes, do you think reputation sometimes plays a part in it? Because like
100%, yeah.
Like a guy like Matthew Saad Muhammad. You remember him from back in the 70s and the 80s. He was a light heavyweight. His fights almost seemed like they were scripted. He would get way behind on the scorecards. He'd get knocked around. Against Lopez, I'm up on the couch going, "You got to stop this fight." I'm screaming at the TV. Yeah. Well, they let it go, and he stops Lopez in the 14th round. So
and I believe you're at the fight at the Armory a few years back. David Morrell versus I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but he ended up having a brain bleed and was in a coma for months, and thankfully he survived and came out of it. But after like the third or fourth round, I was like, this fight needs to get stopped, and it went on. I don't know, 3 more rounds. Yeah.
Now you're selling real estate.
Yeah. Crystal Now Real Estate just signed a listing today down in Shakopee.
Good for you.
Yeah. It's going well. It's busy and great company. Chris is a good leader, so it's been going great. Yeah, going great.
And then you were there for the court storming.
Yeah.
How about that?
They needed that win.
Grim and Nordo, thanks for joining us today.
Sports is cool. It is. The cool part about it is...
Do you storm the court when you're the Vox and you're down low like that? Do you yourself maybe jump on, just kind of feel the vibe for a second?
Last year, I can't remember who they beat. Michigan, I think it was, on that 40-footer by Garcia.
Oh, yeah.
And so they stormed the court, and I take a picture because Guardsy has stormed the court. He's looking up at me, so I take the picture, and he's giving me the, not the index finger, not the middle finger, which normally is the finger he gives me. Guardsy storming the court.
That's unbelievable.
Now, he had his kids, so maybe. Yeah. But,
they were down. The games that Gophers had won under Medved in his first year, they were against the lesser opponents and the better teams they lost to. And then you're going against number 22 Indiana, and you're thinking you got a couple of injured point guard. Of 2 other guys out, and you're thinking you're undermanned, and they win a game.
And they win. They were, I don't know, 10-point underdogs, and not a lot of people gave them a shot. They were down early and then got it tied at half, and really outplayed them in the second half, out-rebounded them by 15. So it's a team that's going to work hard. Certainly that win is awesome, and they needed it. Just as a morale boost, because they see their, buddy go down. He's out for the year. That stinks as a point guard. The center's going to be out for a few more weeks, it sounds like. So 2 starters down against the 22nd. They're 19th in the coaches poll, 22nd in the writers poll, Indiana. They've got a future NBA guy probably in Tucker DeVries, and Gophers held him to 3 for 13 shooting and win the game.
Is that the coach's kid? Isn't the coach DeVries?
Yeah, okay, that's his son. Yeah, he was a 2-time Missouri Valley Player of the Year for Drake, and then they went to West Virginia. He got hurt, so he's in like his 5th year. And
wow!
And if you think boxing's a tough gig, and coming back to win like that when you're underhanded, then there's being the producer of the
PA show.
Thank you. Thank you for acknowledging.
Yeah, I thought I'd do that.
We call it the plight of the producer.
Yes, the plight of the producer.
And it's like being in the ring with Caleb Truax. Basically what that's like.
How many 2-a-days do you pull a week?
5.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Now I'm probably undiagnosed brain bleeds. I've gone completely comatose once or twice. But
donate to science for CTE research.
That's what it feels like day to day. But no, it's good, man. Plight of the producer, Tenna and JG and I all have things that we can talk about.
I'm sure you do.
Off air, absolutely.
And all of us talk show hosts have things we can about our producers as well.
I'm certain that goes both ways.
Are we ready to play?
Let's play.
Let's do it.
Password. Come on, give the password. Give the password.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play Progrum Password. Here's your host, the very average and plain-looking Antenna B. Yes, it's time to play Program Password. Our teams today are the Common Man and Eric Nordquist versus Mike Grimm and Caleb Truax. As always, you can watch at KFAN.com/watch. You can even comment on there if you want. Be nice. But one comment I've already found amusing was from General Soreness, who said, I don't think Caleb is used to the kind of beating he's in for here.
General Soreness, look me up, man.
Yeah. You want General Soreness? He'll give you General Soreness.
Here's your Program Password preview. Common, you are 95 and 92 all time. You're 5 wins away from 100.
Very program-like.
Nordo, at one time you were 4-9. You now enter on a 3-game winning streak. You've got that thing up to 7-9. You win today, you can get 1 game away from 500.
No, that's what we're shooting for today. Absolutely. Although I'm not talking trash to Osceo's finest. There's no chance of that.
Grimmer, you are just kind of basically like Gopher Athletics. You're mediocre. You're 3-3.
Man, killer. Walk into this thing.
Yeah.
And Caleb, you played once before. You were knocked out in that one. You were 0-1.
That was Common's fault. That
it was my fault. No question. Bad advice in the corner. I'm not much of a cut man either.
Yeah.
And I feel totally comfortable talking trash with Caleb next week.
Yeah, there you go. All right, ready to play?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Grimmer and Nordo, take a look at that iPad, please. The password is title. Usually we let the ladies go first. We don't have a lady here today, so Common. I'm gonna do. You can call a coin flip here.
Yeah.
Heads or tails?
Let's go. Tails never fails.
It is heads. So Grim, you will have the option here. You want to go first or second, Grimmer?
I think I'll go first.
All right, Grim and Caleb for 10.
Heavyweight
champion.
Nordo and Common for 9.
Championship
fight.
Grim and Caleb for 8.
Belt.
Title.
Good work.
Nice job.
Never had a championship belt or a title. Though I did win the blue ribbon, Adams School, elementary school, track and field day, 6th grade, sack race.
Ooh,
well done.
You also got to the Sweet 16 in the 64.com tournament.
What do they call that sack?
Potato sack.
The burlap?
Burlap. That's what I couldn't come up with.
Get that one for the power trip.
Yeah, there you go.
8-0. Grim and Caleb with the lead. Common and Caleb, take a look at the iPad. The password is mean. All right, so flip that upside down there, Caleb, so your teammate cannot see that. Common, you are down 8 early, so you've got the option here. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
All right, Common and Nordo for 10.
Angry.
Mad.
Caleb and Grim for 9.
Girls.
Brats.
Common and Nordo for 8.
Mean?
Yes.
There we go.
Technically, Common's got to say it next time.
Wow.
Well, I've heard that. ESP.
Well, yeah, the girls was really good.
No, that was it. That was
I actually thought Mean Girls, but I thought he said mean as the clue first.
Mine wasn't
that was
good.
my mistake. That was totally bad.
Because angry really.
Does that count, though?
Don't let it happen again, Grim.
I just pulled that out of...
Next time, Common's got to say something. So,
right,
actually, I have to give a clue.
I got confused as to who's giving clues here.
Yeah.
I actually, in my head, thought Mean Girls, but I was thinking
that
you said
synchronicity.
mean instead of angry. Mm-hmm. When you said girls, mean hit my mind right away, but I get just terrible. All right,
tie ball game. It's 8-8. Grim and Nordo, take a look at the iPad. The password is loan. All right, it's 8-8, but the possession arrow is in favor of Nordo and Common. So, Nordo, you have the option here. You want to go first or second?
I will go first.
All right, Nordo and Common for 10.
Borrowed.
Loaned.
One chance to change it.
Loaned.
There we go.
That was the clue to give.
That's how we do.
All right, 18-8, Common and Nordo with the lead. Common and the champ, take a look at the iPad, please. The password is change. Caleb, it's on you because you're down 10 now. What do you want to do? You want to go first or second?
I'll go second.
Ooh. All right, Common and Nordo for 10.
Switch.
Change?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Synchronicity.
Yeah, synchronicity.
Tough.
28-0 run for Common and Nordo, including 2 10s in a row. They lead 28-8. Grim and Nordo. iPad, please. The password is Facebook. All right, Grimmer, down 20. You got to stop the bleeding here. Throw a Band-Aid on this thing. You got the option. You want to go first or second?
Yeah, we'll go first.
All right, Grim and Caleb for 10.
MySpace.
Facebook.
Yes.
Wow. All right. Good pull.
Really good pull.
If I had done Zuckerberg, would that have?
That would have been great.
I would not have.
You would have known that?
That was probably the clue.
I don't know.
That's fine. You're better for it. I'm just curious.
I thought he was Snap Off or Chase.
All right, 28-18, Common and Nordo with the lead. Common and Caleb. Take a look at that iPad. The password is Peach. Caleb, you're still trailing. You're down 10. You can tie it up here, though. You've got the option. You want to go first or second?
First.
All right, Caleb and Grim to tie the game. This one for 10.
Georgia.
Bulldog.
Make sure you watch those hand motions there, Caleb. Common and Nordo for 9.
Fruit.
Peach.
Yeah. That was a better
two-word clue.
That's easy on the second one.
Well, that's a two-word clue.
Yeah.
I got to be honest, though, Caleb, your hand motions weren't about a peach.
No, it's fine.
I mean, I wasn't picturing peach when I saw that, so your hand motions were fine.
Yeah.
Yes, peach. Okay. Well.
All right, 37-18, Common and Nordo with the lead. Grim, Nordo, iPad. The password is rug. Did you guys see the word over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it didn't pop up on my screen. Grimmer, you're down 19. Options on you. What do you want to do here? First or second?
We'll go first.
All right. Grim and Caleb for 10.
Carpet.
Rug.
Yes.
Man,
Very good.
Nice.
This is a real slobber knocker here, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of haymakers being thrown back and forth here. 37-28. Common Nordo with that 9-point lead. Common and the champion. Take a look at the iPad. The password is wind. All right, Caleb, all of a sudden you can take the lead here. You're down 9 points. Options on you. You want to go first or second?
I'll go first.
To take the lead, Caleb and Grim for 10.
Breeze.
Easy.
Common and Nordo for 9.
Zephyr.
A blimp?
Caleb and Grim for 8.
Chime.
Wind.
Yeah. That was the right,
Yeah. Good job.
Sorry, maybe.
Good job.
I was thinking wind until you said zephyr.
Oh, I'm sorry. A zephyr is a light.
I don't even know what a zephyr is.
It's a light wind.
Oh, okay.
It's the mascot for Matamita. That's all I know.
So I guess
I prefer to know that over Facebook.
I get too esoteric, I guess.
Yeah.
We got a 1-point game.
All right.
Common and Nordo, you lead 37-36 over Grim and Caleb. Grimmer and Nordo. Take a look at that
What
iPad.
if we have to go to the scorecards?
Yeah. Who's the judge, man? Guy don't know what he's doing. Crooked back there.
That's what I love. I follow during a prize fight. I'll follow him because he's just like
When he gets
ripping everybody.
that's his judgment.
And I'm just telling you, we talk before every fight and during them, and he I don't think you've maybe out of about 50, 60, 70 fights we talk, once you pick the wrong guy.
Yeah, we talk and text more than most people know.
Exactly right.
But if I bet on them, then I get them all wrong. That's why I don't gamble on any of them.
Grim and Nordo, take a look at that iPad. The password is brief. All right, Grimmer. Down a point. Options on you. What do you want to do, first or second?
Man, good question. I'm going to go second, I think.
All right, Nordo and Common for 10.
Concise.
Grim and Caleb for 9.
Case.
Exact.
Nordo and Common for 8.
Short.
Brief.
Yeah. Pretty good one here. 45-36. Common and Nordo with the lead at halftime.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more program pass right after this here on the Fan.